Эй, всем привет, меня зовут Вячеслав, это канал Surface Play. Мы продолжаем проходить игру Broken Sword, на русском это Сломанный меч. Первую часть, первую серию, то есть, что я говорю, бред полный. В общем, мы продолжаем проходить сюжетную линию. В прошлой серии у нас был врач-убийца, и мы сейчас будем обсуждать насчет убитого со вторым главным героем.
I found Jacques Marquet.
Did he talk?
Yeah, he talked. For the very last time.
He's dead.
Yeah, killed in cold blood by a bogus doctor.
That's despicable. What kind of guy would pass himself off as a doctor and take advantage of a dying man? Was it Khan?
No, I don't know who he was, but it certainly wasn't Khan. He got away, out the window. Have you ever heard of the Hashi Ashin?
No.
Marquet said that they were his biggest enemy.
His biggest enemy was the bogus doctor.
Don't remind me. That guy was evil. He had wild, staring eyes like a dead fish. I'll never trust a doctor again. Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have recognized the four horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves. Maybe not. I guess I'd better go back and talk to that weirdo.
Which one? Rousseau or Sergeant Lou? Oh, so you're referring to Andre.
I'll let you work it out.
Сначала сюда.
Sergeant Moo?
Yes.
I'd like to report
Yes, monsieur.
I'm the
I see.
outspace.
Could you?
One, they're
Понятно, он не
See you later.
разобрался. И тут никого нету, да?
Who? So I take a... Oh.
В музей, что ли? Так опять ничего не получится. Опа, пацан.
I beg your pardon. Are you Andre Lobino?
That's me. You want my autograph?
No. I was told you may be able to help me.
Help?
My name is George Stobart. I'd like your professional opinion.
Well, okay. Shoot.
I'd like your opinion on a medieval manuscript.
Vraiment? Do you have it with you?
No, it's too fragile. And besides, there are certain people who'd stop at nothing to get their hands on it.
Intriguing. Do you have a copy of the text?
There isn't much, only a few Latin phrases. I was kind of hoping you'd help decipher the pictures.
Without seeing the manuscript, that's a tall order.
Just tell me one thing. What does the image of two men riding on the same horse suggest to you?
The Knights Templar. Does the Templar seal appear on this manuscript? I'd love to see that for myself.
The manuscript is being looked after by a friend.
In Paris?
Yeah, not far from here, in fact.
Well, just give me the address and I'll come round and take a look.
I'm not so sure about that. Maybe I should check with her first.
A female friend?
Yeah, she's a woman. This friend who has the manuscript,
Ah oui, the anonymous girlfriend.
she lives at 361 Rue Jarry.
Ah, I know it well. I'll drop by. just as soon as I can.
Зря мы адрес-то дали ему.
Have you ever...
It was formed in 11... Yes,
How did the...
from a young... He awoke the fresh...
Cool.
I have it.
Wouldn't you?
The young... He was...
How did the...
Well, they'd be... Then...
And they just...
You...
Does the...
Take a look up.
I think... It's true. I can give you a description of the thieves.
Before the supposed event has taken place,
I heard them planning the raid.
the tripod is protected by a state-of-the-art...
Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Why don't you loan the tripod to me for safekeeping?
Because I'd never see it again.
But don't you trust me?
It's not a question of trust, George. That tripod is hundreds of years old and extremely fragile.
I get your point. Does the name Montfaucon,
Sure.
a public toilet?
Morphus Eda
That explains the image of the... I found a...
Lochman.
That's right. He'd left the excavation before I arrived. Do you know Pegram?
Not really. I would have liked to talk...
When was this?
Oh, back
Where was the site of...
to the northeast, near the old gibbet was torn down.
Can you tell me...
I sure can. Soldier, the greatest fighting...
Jeez. How did the Templars get their name?
From the building in which the King of Jerusalem gave them part of a mosque on the Temple Mount. It was said to have been the site of the original Temple of Solomon. The order became known first as the...
You're a mine of him.
Glad to be...
How come the
There was a constant stream of new recruits. They were required to swear a sacred oath. So, their money, goods and lands were donated. The Templars soon held land in France, Scotland, England, Spain. The poor Knights of Christ became the wealthiest power.
Is it true the treasure of the Knights Templar would...
Who knows? Solely. Oh, if it does, the truth has...
What do you mean by that?
The Templars, there are people even now.
Do you think that's likely?
No, not...
What do you make of this?
It's the biggest gemstone I've ever... Where did you?
From Professor Pegram's mess...
Did Pegram find this on his...
Yeah, the site where this was found was a temple. Do you think it could be part of the temple?
No, I shouldn't think... You're not one of those crazies who think the Templars still exist.
Well... I'd like to shake you by the hand, Andre.
Not now, Georgie.
What is this
Nothing.
И что, мне теперь вернуться?
Do you...
No.
Thanks for your help on...
You're well...
It is clothing time, Monsieur Lobineau.
Already, there just aren't enough hours in the day.
More than enough for me. I can't wait to get home and put my feet up.
Eh bien, see you tomorrow.
Good night, Monsieur.
Неужто, блин, получилось?
Quit fooling around, you moron! Get your ass over here and bring that flashlight! What the... Who's there?
Let's get out of here! And when I woke up, I was at the police station. Luckily, I managed to persuade Rosso I was innocent.
Poor Georges.
What a mess. I bungled the whole thing.
I don't think so. You made a pretty good job of distracting those two crooks.
Yeah, but the killer got away with the tripod.
No, he didn't. He's not the only one who can dress up in costume.
You mean it was you who stole the tripod? Oh, hell, Nico. I could have been shot.
Those dogs are more likely to shoot their own feet.
I just wish you'd told me your plans. We're supposed to be in this together. But how come you dressed up like a pantomime cat?
Donne ça que je reçois, please.
Oh, rats. And don't call me Georgie.
Oh, I really thought you'd be pleased. After all, we got a present. Oh, by the way, I had a visit from André Lobineau.
Oh, yeah. I hope you didn't mind me giving him your address.
Not at all. It was lovely to see him again. He was over the moon when I showed him the manuscript. It's not often he gets that excited. He made a sketch of the knight's crest to take back to the museum. I believe he's identified the family who bears that crest.
I sure hope so. Let's take another...
Понятно.
There's... I'd better get back to the quest.
Мансов он, а там что у нас? Ничего еще. Давайте сходим.
I couldn't open it with my bare hands.
Hey, you! What do you think you are doing? Leave that cover alone. Now,
Sorry, no harm intended.
you stay away from that.
Excuse me. Shouldn't you be off directing traffic or something?
You have seen the Parisian traffic, no?
Yeah, so?
I could direct the traffic. The most dangerous this side of Rome. Or I can sit here and enjoy the sun, the architecture, and the so-so Sauvignon. Which would you choose?
Yeah, but I'm not a policeman. What happened to duty?
An excellent question, monsieur.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. Only that they were excommunicated in 1312 and hanged in their dozens within this very square.
Boy, what they teach in the police academy these days.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur.
Hey, you with the balls.
Oui?
It didn't seem right to fry somebody's palm when they make their living with their hands. How did you learn to be a juggler?
Juggler? What is this juggler?
It's you. You juggle, that makes you a juggler.
No! I am a jongleur!
A jongler? What's that?
Mon Dieu! A jongleur is an artist, a master of the contragravitique aeroballistic mysteries. In centuries past, the courts of the crownheads of Europe had the jongleurs, witty, erudite men to whom the monarchs turned in their hours of need.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Our enemies are at the borders, plague ravages the land, and the peasants are revolting. Thank God we've got Chuckles the Jongler to throw his balls around. I don't think so. Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Так, сохранюсь пока, чтобы узнать, сколько процентов уже пройдено. 54. Так, у нас сюда и сюда дорога.
I had no desire to talk to the crowd. I didn't have time to sit around. Excuse me, Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all, monsieur. It will be my pleasure to help you.
I thought about using the shake and shock on him, but I couldn't do that to a priest. How long have you worked here?
Hardly work, monsieur. I have been helping for
I guess you don't know much about the history.
just a little.
You've got quite a shine on that candlestick.
Ah, oui. Anything less than best would be an insult to the Almighty.
I guess so. I never thought of it like that. What do you know about the...
You have come to the right. Many of them.
Well, the Pope was right behind it.
Clement V.
That's kind of...
You think so?
Catch you later.
Au revoir.
О, так тут большой зал, оказывается.
A knight, there in the company of his fellows. Biblical reference, I guess. A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. A scholarly knight. That rang a bell. A very... In comparison to its neighbor,
Вот не знаю, вот шестеренки показываются, и непонятно, можно что-то с ним как-то взаимодействовать или нет.
on the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack. Maybe not.
Как-то мне надо отвлечь все-таки эту толпу.
Hi again.
Oui?
Попробовать до конца склона поговорить.
Oh, but
I'll give it a... I had no idea what I was doing. But this guy was obviously an idiot, so how difficult could it be? A lot more difficult than I thought. That's how difficult. Still, it was my big chance to be derided by complete strangers.
not so easy after all, is it?
No, I guess not. Hi again.
Oui? What is it this time?
What do you know about the...
Let him on an ad?
Wow.
No, miss.
This gadget...
I do not want it.
Oh, I'm not selling.
It is hardly my area.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Hello again.
Hello again.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be...
I had no desire.
Мгм.
I didn't have to.
Да, и опять тупники пошли.
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour,
You must be proud.
pride is a
А, все, понял. Надо изучить сначала все.
Well, I could have, but I'm other than. I wonder. Carrot. I didn't. Some.
Ну, теперь я, наверное, смогу поговорить с ним.
Hello again, Father.
bonjour.
Ну да.
I noticed that the stick.
You have a keen eye, monsieur. It was as old as the church. Early.
Oh man, that's awful.
Oui, a terrible loss. Still, the church and the other wonders survive.
Do you speak Latin?
You ask this of a priest?
Okay. Can you tell me what per disciplinum meam lux videbus means?
Let me see. That would be, by my teachings, you will see the light. I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Мгм, и это все.
How about this for a gem?
It is very beautiful, monsieur. And yet, I feel that there is an air of suffering about it.
I've got a medieval tripod.
Monsieur, you are a walking treasure house.
I have.
Ah, oui,
There's grease paint.
oui, you are correct.
I've got a red nose.
Oui, so you have.
What do you think of this?
A precious sleeve and band? What should I think?
Never mind. Have you?
No, I have never seen him before.
No. Maybe not. I was in Ireland recently and I brought back this plaster.
My sister brought back a shillelagh.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Мгм. Возвращаться, что ли, опять?
Hello, George.
Maybe not. I'd better get back to the quest.
Не сюда, есть он музей.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie. Hey, I visited Nicole.
Yeah,
Ooh, I didn't expect that.
I hope you're referring.
Oui, of course.
What did you make of the manuscript?
It dates from the time of the Crusades.
We guessed that.
It's a story and pictures like a modern-day comic.
What story does the manuscript tell?
I don't know. It was probably produced for the tourist market.
Tourists?
Oh, oui, pilgrims in their thousands on their way to Jerusalem. The tourist trade is nothing new, you know. It's been around for centuries. Ever since Joshua made a packet selling souvenir bricks from the walls of Jericho.
Have you deciphered any of the images on the manuscript?
There's very little I can be sure about. The slang of the bull could be a reference to Mithras,
Who's he?
a Persian god, almost as popular as Christ at one time. The only thing I can be sure of is the knight. He's Spanish.
How can you tell that?
The writing on the shield, the reference to Ave Maria. No self-respecting knight from Northern Europe would have borne a coat of arms like that.
Can you identify the knight's coat of arms?
I already did, Georgie. He's a member of the De Vasconcelos family from the Costa Calida.
Were they famous?
No, they're not mentioned after the 15th century.
Oh,
The spotlight of history moved on. They are probably long dead.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're well.
The glass case was intact, but the tripod had been replaced by a sign reading, "Exhibit temporarily removed." Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
Do you know anything about...
Not me, monsieur. It is the...
And they asked...
Да я ж с тобой об этом говорил уже.
Thanks.
Мне ничего... Испания?
Hi. Is this the DeVasconcellos house?
Who wants to know?
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the DeVasconcellos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the countess and myself.
Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcellos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even know what I have to talk to her about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
Yeah. That's it. The Countess has won the lottery, and I'm here to give her the check.
Marvelous. May I see it?
No. I mean, no, I have to deliver it to her in person.
The countess doesn't do the lottery.
Oh, for crying out loud. Why'd you lead me on, then?
To amuse myself. To make you look a fool. To make you go away.
What do you know about the Templars?
Who wants to know?
Are you angling for a bribe or something?
You have nothing that I want, senor. Except the pleasure of your absence.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world. But why? Would you like to shake hands?
I do not think so, senor.
I'll be going for now.
Adios, senor.
I'm no student of... I wondered if it was...
Adios.
Rats. It's locked.
Ну, ты что, думал, что будет открыто?
I wasn't about to go clambering on rooftops if I didn't have to.
Мне показалось, или там что пропустил? Да, показалось.
The main part of the house was open.
Hey, you.
Yeah? What is it?
You would not like it if people just wandered into your home, would you?
Well, no, I guess not.
They'd show a little consideration.
Okay. Sorry. I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone.
My horse has stopped.
Yeah?
See, my horse never stops.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it?
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified. How could you think such a thing?
Very easily, senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my horse has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
И все-таки он зашел.
Hey, you. I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs. I'm coming.
Madre Dios, who are you?
My name's George Stobart. I'm sorry to burst in like this.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please, if you just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobart.
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar are dust.
They had a secret that was so important, they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
I do not see what this has to do with my family.
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they have planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
Just let me have a look around. If I find nothing...
You'll be spending the night at the police station. Very well. Please, sit down.
I know your family's involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
You should be asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago. And after the Vasconcelos, the line died with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Okay, whatever happened, happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Obviously.
So, what do you have around here that's early medieval?
Early medieval. Let me think. Well, the house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course, the chess set.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children. Sorry.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobart.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. but do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks. Close up, the modern piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a... You! Why, I'll feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dogs?
But, my lady...
Never without my permission. Senor Stobart, if I find that you're wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Follow me. Lopez, unlock the door, por favor. This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum, Senor Stobart.
Oh.
Come with me.
Hey, senor.
Yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors, but I do not trust you.
You've got nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
No, the dead do not interest me. My garden is a living thing. I will be there.
Wow, this is old.
It was constructed in the 13th century as the final resting place for the De Vasconcelos Templars.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
The mausoleum contained 5 tombs for 5 of the Knights Templar, man-sized in marble. I couldn't climb up there without breaking something. Hanging from the ceiling was a huge yellowed candle. It looked really old and had never been lit. Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again. A big statuette of the Virgin Mary kept an eye on the place. On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey! It's a checkerboard! Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern. It was... May I ask you something?
You may ask.
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard. Oh, the pattern on the lectern, purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobart. You cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it? I think this must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary. Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right! Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobart? This mystery has had a good long run, but it ends here, and now.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hose down and listen! Go to the house and get my chess set! Yes! The old chess set! Now hurry! My, this is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited. This could be a blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
Is the Virgin Mary really the right person to be sharing a mausoleum with 5 knights?
You are showing your ignorance, Senor Stobart. The Templars were dedicated to the Virgin Mary.
Who exactly are these people?
My ancestors. These 5 men were all members of the Templars.
5 ancestors in the order. You must be very proud.
Not 5, 6.
Where's the 6th knight?
He was lost to us.
You lost an ancestor?
It is a family matter. It can have no relevance.
Well, it's connected with the curse of the Vasconcelos, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I hope you will honor my desire not to talk about it.
Okay, well, I'll leave it for now. While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos. Is he the guy who went missing?
But he had reckoned without the local bishop. The bishop envied of our land and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, he was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
Oh, we will never know. The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance, but witnesses had seen his men kill the servants who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world. He put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again. Lopez, you have the pieces.
Si, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobart, would you be so kind?
My lady.
Calm yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobart's motives are pure.
Very well, my lady. My lady seems to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
It fits, Senor Stobart. It fits.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
Еще одна разгадка. Ничего не понял я. Ну, здесь можно на рандомщину попробовать. Ну да, в принципе. Да мне конь нужен. Да. Ну, значит, сюда короля нет, тогда сюда. Да куда-то вы... Неудобно вообще. Да иди ты сюда. Как это нет? Можно сказать, что здесь? Да не может быть такого. Непонятно. Да дай ты мне эту ладью. Да чё ты отпускаешь ее резко? Ну все, ты дай. Капец полный, ну ты можешь взять ее.
With the red pieces in place, the square bases fit onto the white pieces. I just had to figure out where to place them.
Но здесь должен быть шах и мат, значит. Значит, его не должны срубить. Конь стоит на вот здесь. Это хоть как, да. Здесь его не срубят. Для того, чтобы король мог что-то сделать. Ага-га-га. А может и не так. Так. Но здесь его не срубят. И ладья должен перекрыть проход. Не, здесь под сруб сразу идет. И здесь, хотя... нет. Ну, значит... Ну, дай ты мне пешку. Вот так нет. А вот здесь-то почему нет? Погоди. Смотри, это король стоит, да? Или король вот это? А, если король вот это... Тут по-другому надо было сыграть, мне кажется. Конечно, по-другому. Блин, а тут по-другому не поставить. Так здесь все под сруб. Идет. Ёпрст-то. Король бьет коней. То есть смотри. Буква Г. Буква Г. Но нам надо же подстраховать его. Да ёпрст, если бы они еще двигались быстро бы. Дай ты мне управление. Давай. Вот чем тебе не нравится-то. Шах. Ну, в чем тут не так? Я здесь рублю, здесь не даю проход. Я могу поставить сюда, значит. Блин, как тут все запутано. Рублю. Наверное, конь будет стоять посередине хоть как. Ну, дай ты мне коня управления. Так. Конь стоит. Король наш должен быть в защите. Как бы то ни было.
Bingo. I mean, checkmate.
Senor Stobart, look!
What is that? It's not the Holy Grail, is it?
No, Senor Stobart. It is the communion chalice of the De Vasconcelos, missing for almost 700 years.
Wow. Well, go on.
I cannot. I can hardly believe it is real.
Go ahead. Live a little.
I'm sure. This is your moment of triumph, Senor Stobart.
Sure, I'm sure. The possibility of death traps only occurred to me a few days later.
So the curse of the De Vasconcelos is lifted?
Oh no. The Countess was thrilled to find the lost chalice. But there's still...
Well, you can forget about that now and get...
Actually, I promised the Countess...
You what?
I can explain everything.
You have got the odds for a withered old Spanish aristocrat?
The Countess entrusted me with the chalice and the quest for her aunt.
You're as crazy as she is. Haven't you got enough
It's all part of the same
Ревнует.
thing. The chalice is important, I'm sure. The manuscript pointed us to the knight, and I have to find him.
What then?
I don't know. But when the knight and the chalice are reunited, maybe I will. This is the chalice I
still can't figure out why the Countess gave it to you. After losing it for all those years, she simply gave it away to a total stranger. She's one prawn short of a paella.
The Countess is a fine lady. You shouldn't compare her with seafood.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on between you and that Countess.
Ревнует в натуре.
She's old enough to be my grandmother. Is there some...
What business is... We agree.
Yeah, but...
So get...
Ой, да скучный старик. Ой, вот не надо опять манускрипт. Опять я эту хрень натыкал. А так можно 4 раза? Нет, да? О, все. Наконец избавились от этого. Ну что ж, на этом мы сегодня закончим. Оставляйте свои комментарии, подписывайтесь на видео. Спасибо за просмотр. Всем спасибо. Всем пока.